today, out of the blue, I decided to record my first impressions and first time using this Born Pretty acrylic and dipping powder. So it's a bit higgledy-piggledy, it's a bit all over the place, but it was nice to do. So yeah, let me show you how I went from short stubby nails to these lovelies. So I've applied my false nails, just basic glue-on nails from Amazon. Let's see how this dipping system works. So it says, step 1, prep your nails. Cut, shape and buff your nails to your liking and then wash your hands. Done. Apply a thin coat of the base layer. That one. Avoid getting the product onto your cuticles. Powder will stick wherever the base layer is applied. So this is the first layer, and I'm just going to try it first time on my index finger. Okay, already failing at having long nails back on. Good start. Okay, so thin layer of the base coat. Oh my goodness, this smells so strong. Let's make sure I get it everywhere. I don't want to miss anywhere. Okay, and then it says quickly dip into the powder. I am built for comfort and not speed, so I don't do anything quickly. So, nail in, all the way in, and we'll take it out, tap off the excess. Oh, there's none on that side, let's get it back in. Okay, so there's very little on that side, so we will try and hit that on the next one. So dust off the excess. Probably be better using a brush for this, but I'm just going to use my other finger. And then again, another coat. So I'm going to try and make sure I get that little part there that I've missed this time. Okay. Oh, again, this smells crazy strong. If you imagine the smell of nail glue, but so much stronger. Okay, back in. Give it a little wiggle. Okay, and tap. Did I get it? Yes, I did. Fantastic. Okay, so again, let's tap this off. Oops, sorry, that's actually looking quite pretty. That has created a little ridge here, but hopefully we can get that off in the next step. So the instructions say 2 coats is enough. So apply activator liquid, which is this one. Oh, that one's even stronger. Okay. Yeah, definitely keep your face and nose as far away from these as you can. Maybe even wear a little mask like they do in some of the nail shops. Okay, activator is on. Use a buffer to even out the preferred thickness and smooth the nail. Buffing the nail before applying the top coat will give you a shiny finish. If you don't buff or file, you will get a matte finish. Okay, so definitely want a shiny finish. So I've got one of these multi-sided buffers that I just got from Wilkinson's, I think. So I'm just going to use this side and I am just going to buff this out. Before anybody comes for me telling me I'm not doing it right or anything, I am not a professional. I'm just a girl who likes to do her nails. Okay, now that ridge is still showing. So I am wondering if that's something I've done wrong. Just gonna bit of an extra buff on there. Okay, and then it says apply 1 layer of top coat and allow 3 minutes to dry. Okay, so when this goes on over the top of this, it dries out really quickly. Okay, that's the full nail, and we'll wait 3 minutes. Okay, so the 3 minutes for the first layer of top coat is up. So I'm just going to pop this second layer of top coat on. Going to cap the end. And give it another 3 minutes. Okay, so I'm back. I've done all of this hand now. And what I've learned is, one, when it says buff, it doesn't mean buff with a actual buffer. So the white buffer, useless, get rid. The best thing to use is a coarse nail file. So I'm pretty sure you can see straight away these two, I used the white buffer and they've ended up with an almost matte finish to them. Where these two, especially this one, I used the coarse nail file and it's much shinier finish. Now also what I'm trying is on this finger, I've done a third dip of the colour and it looks a lot better. So for me, I think with these paler colours especially, it needs 3 dips, not 2. So I'm just going to do my index finger on this hand again so you can see how I've done it. I have to say though, overall, it's the first time I've done this, and yeah, it's a bit patchy and these two are lighter than these, but I'm impressed. It was so easy. Yes, the chemicals are a bit smelly, but I haven't had to use my UV lamp and it is ridiculously easy. I haven't had to worry about spillages or getting it into my cuticles or going over the edge. Yeah, I'm really chuffed. A bit easier, so I'm going to do the index finger on this hand to show you how it goes on now that I've got somewhat of an inkling of what I'm doing. Now please forgive me because I am right-handed, so doing this with my left hand is a little tricky. So one thing, make sure it goes on down the sides. That was the mistake I was making on the first hand. Okay, straight in, no hanging about. Needs to go straight into the powder. Give it a little wiggle, pull it out. So you can see from that lot, much better than the first attempt when I missed halfway down the sides of my nails. Brush it off. And there's a tiny bit I've missed there, but I can get that this time. So back in with the base and top coat. I'm going to start with that little patch that I've missed. Pull it down. I'm not so bothered about the fact that the powder's built up around the edge of my nails because that'll all come out when I wash my hands when I've finished. So again, make sure you've got it all, cap the end, straight in. Okay, a little wiggle, tap it off. Now I do want this the lighter colour. I only did the 3 dips on the other one just for a comparison. So that's both dips done. Again, I have got a little ridge down there, but I can file that out in a second. Then we use the activator liquid. Oops, sorry. Yeah, definitely keep your face well away from this one. This is strong smelling. Again, all over. Make sure it's everywhere. It actually helps that it changes the colour of the powder so you can see where you've put it. Unlike me, who's taking my nail off the shot for you. That's super helpful. Such a noob. Okay, so that's the activator. And you can see the little ridge. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the coarse file and I'm just going to... Now I do it this way purely because it's my left hand and I'm right-handed. So instead of filing the nail, I'm putting my nail on the file. If that makes sense, it's just easier for me. Now basically, file till you feel like you've ruined it. See that? Is it a scratchy look? So good with the technical terms. This voiceover might be terrible. I might actually end up muting all of this out. Okay, now just keep checking so you can see where on the nail you've got and where you haven't. You can go in at the ends like that if you want to. Now remember, I am wearing false nails, so 1, I'm filing the acrylic, and 2, it is a false nail, so at no point am I filing onto my natural nail bed. Okay, now almost all of that purple has gone into this much paler dusted. Okay, so do you see what I mean about file it till you feel like you've ruined it? The ridge is gone. Then you get your top coat again, which is the base coat and the top coat are the same thing. Just carefully around the edges. God, the concentration, because it's my non-dominant hand. There we go. Okay, now you set your timer for 3 minutes and then we'll come back. Also, is it some sort of karmic unwritten rule that when you're doing your nails you need a wee? Is that just a thing, or does that just happen to me every single time? So that's the first 3 minutes done. Then we jump in. Well, jump. I have sloth-like movements, so we gradually and slowly move back in with another layer of the base and top coat. Okay, that's a little thick. I'm going to take some off there. Okay. Okay, cap the end and wait another 3 minutes. So I've done the rest of my hand. I'm just waiting for that final layer of top coat to dry. And I just wanted to show you how much of the powder had been used doing one manicure. So it was filled to just under here. So you can see it's used a couple of millimeters worth of the powder. So I would say there's another 5 or 6 manicures in that pot alone. One thing I would like to try is using these powders to do an ombre effect. So I'm wondering if, for example, you could do a dark purple all over the nail, pop your product back on and then dip even half your nail into a lighter colour and see if that would work an ombre. Okay, so all done. Hands thoroughly washed, so all the loose powder from around the nails is gone. For a first try at putting those on, I'm really happy. Like, I'm really pleased with that. I've learnt a couple of things. So, firstly, use a fluffy brush. When you're dipping your nail into the powder, when it comes to dusting the powder off, I definitely use a little fluffy brush. Just to get the rest off. It might save you a little bit more powder, might go back into the bottle rather than like me throwing it all over the table. 3 dips that I did to get a slightly darker colour. It does work for the colour, but overall the nail's a lot bulkier. It's crazy how much difference that one coat makes. So if you look in comparison to the same nail on the other hand, you can see how much bulkier it is. And again, I'm not a professional, I'm just someone who likes to do my nails as a hobby. So please, if this is wrong or right, or these are just my opinions, okay. Keep a little nail tool handy. I have this one with the spade end. What I did have to do as I started my second hand is the powder that was loose around my cuticles and around my nail got caught up in the brush and hardened, so I had to use the bottom of this tool just to gently hold down the brush to pull back so that the little bits would come off. All right, so just be careful of that because it does stick to the brush. However, overall I'm really pleased. They feel good. The colour is a little lighter than what I was expecting, but I like it, and it is so easy. It's so easy to do, no lights. Again, the chemicals are a little bit harsh. They're very smelly, but I feel okay. I'm not going to say that these chemicals are giving me a headache or anything, because they haven't. So overall, my first impression of this dipping system is fantastic.